What's going on, boxing fans? It's Joan Williams with the Distance. I'm here to do another match or predict another matchup. I'm not even thrilled about this matchup. It's not necessarily a matchup I have to do, but I believe it's in that 12 for 5 round fantasy thing or whatever. So I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm not thrilled at all about this matchup. I think it's one of those matchups that's supposed to make Alfonso Gomez look much better than he is or whatever. This matchup is Alfonso Gomez versus Jose Luis Castillo. Jose Luis Castillo, I believe, still has to fight because he did lose that payday against Morales. I mean, not Morales, Corrales. When he didn't make weight, didn't make weight or whatever, and I think he lost like some money, or I believe he did lose money off of that. I think he got sued for that. So he lost the payday, and other than that, he's pretty much the only high-profile fight he's really been in was against Ricky Hatton in 2007, where Hatton broke his rib and got the knockout against him. That was really the only high-profile match he's been in since. He was on ESPN like in 2008, summer 2008, where he lost to a guy that faded from obscurity. Right after the fight, he fought Castillo and it did nothing for his career. He was basically out boxed and out hustled by this guy. So honestly, Jose Luis Castillo really has nothing left. But at the same time, if he scored the upset in this fight, I wouldn't even be surprised. Just because Alfonso Gomez is a fighter who beat a over the hill Arturo Gatti and then got his ass kicked by Miguel Cotto. So really the highlight of Gomez's career was probably the win over Arturo Gatti. But at the same time, a lot of people were saying, oh, this is Alfonso Gomez, this is his prime, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, what prime? Alfonso Gomez, I'll admit, has what it takes to possibly be a titleist at the welterweight division. Either titleist or, like with the show states, the show that he was on states, contender. Something along those lines. I think that a lot of people give Gomez too much credit for his victory over Gatti, and but honestly, who is Gomez beat other than Gatti? His last fight, he got cut. The fight got stopped. I do applaud him for wanting to continue the fight with that cut eye. But let's face it, Gomez really is not that good. I could sit here and I could break down the fight and tell you 20, 30 different ways for both fighters to beat each other. I'd say Alfonso Gomez could use his skill, not necessarily skill, could use his youth to win the fight, or Castillo could use the fact that he's a veteran, to win the fight. Honestly, the only thing I'll say for Castillo is Castillo wants to make this an inside battle. He wants to be an inside fight, but I don't want to make it sound not dirty or anything, but it's like stay on the inside, rough up Gomez, and target the eye that was cut in the last fight. I believe it was his right eye. Target the eye that was cut. Continue to throw punches towards that eye. Stay on the inside. And basically, work Gomez to the body, whatever. And another thing, Gomez can't protect himself from the jab that well. So I think a stiff jab and work on the inside could pretty much win Castillo the fight. But who knows? For Gomez, I think Gomez just needs to put together combinations. For the whole fight, whole 10 rounds. I think that Gomez just needs to put his punches together very well, and just throw combinations, maintain a high work rate. I think that will win him the fight, against Castillo, because I just don't think Castillo can do it anymore. But me, I'm just gonna go with Alfonso Gomez, TKO in the 8th round. Like I said, I'm not even thrilled about this fight. This is a fight I'm just not thrilled about. I'm not really interested in, because you have a fighter who's not really that good. Not really good at all. And at the same time, you have a fighter who's over the hill. And now you got the fighter that's not that good trying to make a name for himself against the fighter who's over the hill. And not necessarily is Alfonso Gomez going to make a name for himself, in this fight. Is this fight a waste of time? The fight would be considered a waste of time if Castillo, if Gomez, beats Castillo, easily. Do I think he's going to beat Castillo easily? He should. If Castillo scores the upset, I wouldn't even consider the fight a waste of time. It could be worth it. I'm probably not even watching the pay-per-view, but who knows? I would love to see Castillo score the upset, but I just don't see it. I don't think Castillo has it anymore. I think he's just fighting for a paycheck. When you fight for a paycheck, don't expect the best to happen. Look at, there's a few fights with fighters that fought for paychecks, and it just didn't work out. And I just think that this one won't. It's not gonna. I don't think there's gonna be an upset in this fight. But if it is, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going with Gomez TKO 8. But anyway, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.